Hey everybody, I'm Tara. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have not fallen off the face of the planet. I had a few people email me and message me to check up on me because I haven't made a video in like 2.5 months, I think. It's been a while. So hi Z and all the others, I'm fine. My laptop went out, so I didn't have a laptop for like 2 weeks, and I finally just got one from Dahle. And my roof in my son's room started leaking. I've got a claim into the house insurance, and I haven't heard anything yet, but hopefully I'll hear something soon. So I had to move him out of his room, and I put him in my craft room. I tried to get my daughter to move into the craft room, and then I was going to put Tristan in Piper's room because Piper's room is not pink. My craft room is pink. It has pink walls and pink shelves, and the curtains were pink and white. And he really didn't want to be in there, but Piper's like, no, Mama, I can't move in that room. It's too far away. I said, well, too far away from what? And she says, Mama, it's too far away from you because the craft room is on the other side of the house. So Tristan, my nearly 15-year-old son, is thrilled to pieces to be staying in this all pink room with my yarn and all the other crafty stuff. He's just thrilled to pieces. He's so happy. Other than that, we're doing good. So on to the crafty stuff, because that's why you're here. The first thing I got is finished is a cowl. It is made out of Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn, the sparkle. I think it's a strand of silver. And this is like 2 skeins and there's no pattern. I just did double crochet, chain 1, skip a space, double crochet, chain 1. I'm sure you can find one kind of like that. I think Bob Wilson, brain fart, Bob Wilson 123 has a video tutorial for something very, very, very similar. But it's really warm. And it's very Christmassy. Next are a few hats. This one is scoochie back. What Mountain Ridges hat by Callie Dahle. And the yarn is by Gnome Acres Unicorn Farts, which is one of the reasons why I got the yarn, because it has pink in it and green, and because of the name is hilarious. Gnome Acres, she shut down a few months back, which made me super sad, because her yarn was just awesome. But this pattern is on Ravelry. And this next one it's a chunky yarn. I can't remember the name of it. It's like I want to say it's Bernat, but I'm not gonna promise. It is the Tempest Beanie by Above the Clouds Crochet. And it was, I didn't check my gauge. The pattern calls for a chunky yarn, and I just went with the yarn, what the hook was, the size hook that the yarn called for, and I didn't check my gauge, and I should have, because the hat come out enormous, and it's a really good pattern because you don't get that. What do you call it, Z? The San Andreas fault? You don't get that. Which sometimes, even with the pretty patterned hats like this, you get this where it's obvious where you know, where you end the row, but you don't get that. And it wasn't her pattern, it was me. I didn't check my gauge. So, and I've got a big head, and I got a clip in the back of my head, and look how easy that went over. So I guess it could be a slouchy hat. Huh. Yep. And the next one is diagonal raised beanie. Aren't I cute? By, I have to get my trusty paper. Dana Marie Moreno. And I used Lion Brand's Comfy Cotton Blend. And maybe I used a half a cake on this. And I love, love, love this hat. And I love, love, love this yarn. This one is called, this colorway is, it's kind of coming out. Flower Garden? Yes, it's called Flower Garden. I have a cake and a half left of this. And I haven't, nothing is called out. I want to make a shawl of some sort, but I think I'm going to have to get another cake for the one that I want to make. But I love this pattern. It works from the bottom up, and then when you get to the top, you kind of just cinch it all together. Which, sorry if you heard that. But it turned out pretty good. And the next one I did is my oldest daughter, Anna, requested some market bags. And I have one that I made already, like a year ago, that I just haven't used. But this one is the Hummingbird bag by Helena Molinsky. And I didn't want just a mesh bag because I just don't like just, the mesh bag. So I wanted something a little bit more solid on the bottom for her. And I used the Mandala baby yarn, and it's like a 3. And I think I went down like a hook size. That way, when the bag stretches out, it won't be like super duper loose. And I didn't even use maybe a cake on these. But I love this little detail right there. It's kind of pretty. And that's all my finished objects that I have. And the next, let's do this one first. I started making, I had 4 skeins of this ice yarn magic bulky that I wanted to use. It is the colorway, I can't, let's see. Oh, I don't think they give like the super frou-frou names. I think they just give it generic. It's Magic Bulky Green White Orchid Lilac. And it's a 5 is what it says. And I didn't have quite enough to make a blanket, so I decided to make a little throw rug. Let me pull my thingy out so I don't. So I'm almost finished with 3 skeins of it. This is what I have left on the 3rd skein. And I'm using a K-hook. And I want to finish this row and then end in green to match this one. So I'll probably do another section or 2 and then the green. And then what I have left, I want to do fringe at both ends. And that'll be a nice gift for somebody if you're into rugs. Which obviously y'all know I like making rugs. The next thing that I have, my next whip, is I had 2 skeins of Red Heart ombre in scuba that I wanted to use. And I thought, and I seen this video tutorial by Creative Grandma for the Mosaic Granny Square. And I wanted to try it. And I thought, man, that would, because her tutorial, she goes from white to and gradually to a dark blue, and I thought, man, that would be so pretty with an ombre yarn. And I thought that it would make a bigger blanket than what it did. And I was gonna leave it as is, but it's just really not big enough. Not for me anyway. And I'm short. I'm only like 5'3", 5'3.5". So I decided I'm gonna take out the two rows of the white, and I bought 2 more skeins. And I'm gonna make a bunch more squares, and I'm gonna make a big blanket to go in my living room, because this will go perfect in my living room, because if you can see, my walls are teal. It's coming out way darker than what they actually are, because my lighting sucks. But they're more this color. So I got 2 more skeins, and I'm going to make a bunch more squares and just keep adding on. So that's that. And that's all my whips. And I did buy, I had started making a rug for my daughter, my youngest daughter, Piper, for her room. And I was holding two strands of yarn together, and it was just regular work to wait for. And sorry, I'm so wiggly, but I'm sitting on the floor and my behind's starting to hurt. And I didn't like the way that it was turning out. It was just too thin. So I got more yarn. I bought 2 more. It was the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. This one is called Jazzy. So I'm going to hold the 4 strands together and make the rug and let the ombre make the design. So she'll like it. Can you tell what her favorite color is? It's like her mommy. She likes pink too. She likes hot pink. So, but that is it. That's all my purchases. And that's all my whips. And that's all my finished objects. I hope everybody is doing well. And Happy New Year. And I hope the new year brings you happiness and peace and health and maybe a little bit of wealth. And remember, everything gets better. Everything will get better. Okay? Everything gets better. So leave me a comment down below. How was your holidays, your Christmas, your Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. And send me a message. Bye.